something recently that I manifested. I manifested a new car. That's awesome. So yeah, I have a 2016. It's a Kia. It's a black hatchback. I wanted a specific model, and it's interesting because my old car was a Toyota Highlander, and I'd had it for a number of years. Totally loved it, but it wasn't fuel efficient in any way. So, I sort of did my homework, looked at, definitely wanted something new with a great warranty, and it seemed like Kia had that. So I, did my research. I fell in love with this one model. And it had that model. Once I found it, I was like, it's the right price, it's the right look. I have to have this in color black. It has to be black. So I go to the dealership, and they tell me that the model isn't common, they don't carry it. But it's on your website. Why don't you have it? And it's weird because I had actually test driven. I think I had test driven one last year. So I knew they existed. It wasn't unusual or anything. So the manager, he says, well, let's see if we can find one for you. I'll call around to other dealerships and we'll look. So I'm all excited. I'm thinking, I manifested it. But then he calls back and he's like, well, we found some, but we didn't find the color that you wanted. All we found was white or dark gray. And I was like, no, that's not it. So I was just like, I could have caved in and settled for second best, but I wanted this specific car. This is the one I've been imagining. This is the one I've been visualizing. This is what I wanted. And that's just what I saw myself in. I didn't want white. I didn't want dark gray. It had to be black. So it had been a couple days, and I didn't know, should I seek out other options? What should I do? What's going to happen? But then he calls me, and they found it. It actually was with another dealership. A deal fell through. My very rare car in very rare color, someone else's deal fell through. They went out to get it, and lo and behold, I got the exact car that I wanted, the exact color, the exact price. Done. So yeah.
That's great. Yeah, that's so
really
cool.
Excited about it. Drives awesome, gets great gas mileage, saving so much money. I feel good, I look good. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, that's really great. So when you heard the news that it was that it did fall through, you kind of knew immediately that it was because of the work you had been doing. It was because of the sort of visualization.
I knew it would by visualizing. Someone else. I knew my car was out there. Yeah. And someone else, I guess, had to put in an offer on it, was going to buy it, but then they just decided to back out, and it became mine. It definitely the power of, attraction. I visualized it, I saw myself in it, and a way was made where a way did not exist. Apparently the car that I wanted was super rare in that color. Who would have thought the one I picked out, it seemed so common. But yeah, absolutely. And they said once they heard the deal fell through at this other dealership, they, I guess, traded in another car of theirs to get that specific car because they knew I wasn't bending.
Yeah.
So it's a perfect example why you should never settle for second best. If you want something, a way will be made.
Yeah, that's true. It's easy to kind of sell ourselves short sometimes, but
exactly.
If we really stay true to what we want, yeah, I think it works out in the end a lot better. But I think the thing that touches me the most about your story is that it seems like you had a really clear idea of what you wanted. Right?
Yeah,
you
specific, absolutely specific.
Yeah. And I know, for me personally, hey, I kind of want a new car, but I've been lazy about the idea of sort of trying to manifest one, just because I sort of get overwhelmed. Well, do I want this? Do I want a Jeep? Or do I want a sports car? What kind of car do I want? So I'm curious, how did you decide, or how did you know that that was the car for you?
I looked at a few different ones, and this one seemed like it would fit me the best, and it was the right price. It was quality. I had looked at other models, but the quality wasn't there, and I didn't want to settle for something that was less than I thought that I was worth. I could have settled for something lower, but I felt like this was the best quality made car for a good price, and so it kind of had to be that one. And I had the best warranty. It was no settling. I just knew it was me. It felt like me. It felt like me moving into the future in good ways.
Yeah. Nice. I like that. Do you have any advice maybe for someone who is trying to manifest a car, or just anything And
Be
yeah,
specific.
yeah,
Be specific and don't settle for second best. And if someone tells you, you know, that it doesn't exist or that it's rare or really unlikely that it's going to happen, don't listen.
yeah.
Want it anyway and insist on it anyway. Insist that life finds a way to bring it to you.
Nice.